Hey all, welcome back. So, first things first, thank you guys for tuning in, watching, all of that. Thank you so much for the past couple of weeks. Man, I really appreciate it. Thank you for all the feedback. Let me ask you something though. Have you ever been sitting there, sketchbook in front of you, hating everything you've ever done, every line you've ever made, and then just suddenly out of nowhere, boom, it clicks. Everything works. That spark. And it actually feels like you know what the hell you're doing. That's the light bulb moment. And that's kind of what I want to talk about today. Not just when it happens, but why we keep chasing it. So we've already talked about some dumb myths. We've talked about embracing that suck. We've talked about the 3 Ps: progress, patience, and persistence. Today's about that payoff. So that's a 4P, I guess. That's the reason we put up with all the frustration. That's the reason we do everything we do. It's for that light bulb moment. That light bulb moment is not talent. It's not magic. It's not sorcery or anything like that. It's a payoff. That's how you get paid for grinding in as an artist. It never, ever, 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 ever does it happen when you want it to happen. Holy shit, I wish it did. Holy shit, it would be awesome if it did. It always happens when you're sitting around at, 2 in the morning watching a really crappy movie or a video on YouTube. Plug the YouTube there. You're watching those artists who are doing these amazing drawing demos. And that's when it clicks. That's when it happens. And then bing, 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 everything happens and it becomes a moment. And holy shit, it's the best moment you've ever had. But nobody gets to watch it. Nobody ever sees that part. But it's kind of fun for a few minutes. When you're sitting there and you're just grinding away and all that stuff starts to click, it's great. The problem is, like I said, it never happens when you're sitting in front of a bunch of people and you're like, holy shit, this happened. It's kind of boring there. And that's, again, I go back to art's constantly boring. Art is very boring. It's very struggle laden. It's a grind. I know the first time I sat down and, as a tattoo artist, the first time I pulled that first clean line that I'd been struggling, and I'm going to tell you now, 25 years into tattooing, I still fight with those lines. I still try to find that click, or getting the saturation in the way you want it, going to painting, getting that right lighting just perfect. It's always a struggle. But every once in a while, something will click. And that light bulb goes off in your head. It's the proof that your grind is there. That grind is working. And what's funny is that grind's working even if you don't notice it happening. It's kind of cool. But what's kind of crazy about that is, hang on. Yeah, it's Mountain Dew. Sorry guys, I normally drink water, but I've been at a tattoo convention all weekend. I'm still pretty tired, so a little bit of caffeine and some sugar water never hurt nobody, right? But what I'm looking at when I say that light bulb moment is, it's that moment when invisible progress becomes visible. And it's kind of amazing when that happens. What really sucks, though, is you're constantly chasing it. Like I said, I'm not one to condone drug use, but it's like a drug. What really sucks, though, is as artists, or as an artist, when you try to chase that light bulb, you're gonna burn out if you're expecting it every time you sit down. And I've fallen into that trap, so please don't think I'm above it. We all do. And I think that's probably one of the biggest causes of burnout as an artist is trying to chase that light bulb down, expecting every time to have that light bulb moment. But I'm going to task you to this. Do me a favor. Sit down sometime, go through your old files, like your old digital files, go through your old sketchbooks. Go look at work in the past. Because what you're going to see is you're going to see where those light bulbs were going off invisibly. I'm going to tell you the 3 P's, that patience, that persistence, that progress, those are your invisible light bulb moments. Those are those moments where you've been grinding away and you're not even noticing. You're learning. You're constantly learning. Find those light bulb moments because you're going to find them. You're going to see where, 2, 3, 4 years back, you look at the work you're producing then versus the work you're producing now. And you're going to see that progress. You're going to see that art becoming refined. That, to me, prevents that burnout because you're not going to see it in the immediate. It's kind of like, I don't know, shit. Trying to get down, you do that one push-up a day. You do one push-up and you're expecting to have chiseled abs or, big, huge monster shoulders. Just like with working out, you're not going to look like a bodybuilder unless you're in that gym every day, learning, working, progressing. Same with art. You're not going to be at your best. I don't want to mention artists' names because everybody follows different stuff, but you're not going to be at your best if you're not trying to progress every day. You're not showing up. You're not getting into that. I think it's kind of fun. You have to look at it as a loop. It's like a weird little feedback loop. You show up, you suck a little bit more, boom, light bulb, and then you go back to sucking. But then you have to show back up every day. Suck some more, light bulb, suck again. Those light bulb moments are those moments where things kind of come back together. It's kind of like that, the drawing every day thing. If you're drawing every day expecting fireworks, you're not going to get them. That's cold hard truth, guys. It's not going to be a constant fight, or it's not going to be constant progress. It's not going to be consistent innovation every time you sit down. It's kind of like me doing these YouTube videos. They're not going to be great every time, but I'm going to try to show up and at least give you something every week just so I can learn, so I can get better at this for you guys. Kind of like this week. I told you guys earlier, I'm not planning on doing a drawing video today. I just got back from a tattoo convention. I'm wiped out. I'm tired, and I've just been drawing a lot. And I'll be going to work here in a little bit, and I'm going to be drawing some more for other people. I didn't want to draw this morning. Sorry, but at least hopefully you guys can get some good advice from me today. But showing up every day, being consistent, trying to work, suck some more, back to sucking. It sounds depressing. It really does. When you look at it kind of from afar, you just see all the suck with that one little pop of spark. But man, honestly, that's what kind of makes it fun. Maybe that's just the way my head's wired, but I enjoy that chase. I enjoy the fight. I enjoy struggling to get that light bulb moment, that moment where everything just flows perfectly. But that's honestly, what it comes down to a lot of times is getting those light bulb moments, finding that stride within everything. I'm not saying don't chase the light bulb. Please don't get me wrong. Never, ever, ever will I say don't chase that light bulb. What I'm saying is show up every day, because you never know when that light bulb's going to hit. I've checked my phone a few times and I've never seen in my schedule where that light bulb moment's going to hit. So you have to keep going. You have to keep fighting. You have to keep struggling. You have to keep chasing. That is where the magic happens in art. It's kind of fun, you know? But I've talked about it in past videos, you know, talking about talent, talking about everything else. None of this stuff is magic. It's showing up, it's grinding, it's doing what you can every day to get better. It's a crazy cycle. It's, if you want to make art, you make art. You're not making art to chase likes. You're not chasing clout. The fancy tools don't help. Nothing helps except for keep going. You know, sounds so cheesy, but there's that old saying, you know, if you're going through hell, keep going. That's what you got to keep doing, man. Keep working. Make everything towards chasing that spark. But at the same time, when you're chasing that spark, when you're chasing that light bulb, acknowledge the fact that when that one light bulb goes off, it keeps on, it stays on. So as you're moving down your artistic journey, God, I hate that phrase, but as you're becoming an artist, as you're working, as you're persisting, you're going to look back and you're going to see this little string of light bulbs that's just following you down your road. So keep putting that rubber to the road, guys. Anyways, hopefully this was a little more palatable for you guys. I want to again say thank you for all the feedback you guys have been giving me. Thank you for all the likes, all the comments. It's been amazing, because it makes me feel like I'm actually getting to you guys, or something's clicking and I'm helping somebody. Because, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, I'd love to make money doing this full time, where I can tattoo part time and just do the shit I like to do. But what I'm looking at is I just want to kind of help you guys. There are so many beautiful, wonderful art YouTubers on here doing tutorials and art hacks, and we'll go into that sometime later. I'm not a huge fan of the art hack thing. But you have these guys that are literally showing you how to do things. And they're showing you how to make art. What I want to do is help you learn the thought process behind art. And again, I'm so grateful for everybody that has shown up, shown out, talked, made comments, given me follows. Just last week, we passed 300 followers. I never thought I'd see that. That's awesome. So what I want to do is I just want to, again, from the bottom of my heart, say thank you to everybody that has made a point to just click a button and, you know, give me some words of encouragement, words of feedback, words of advice, commiserating their art problems with me. Because trust me, we all have them. In fact, how about this? Let's drop a comment on your last light bulb moment. I'd love to hear all of them. But until then, guys, let's go out. Let's make some bad art. Let's embrace that suck. And I'll see y'all next week. Bye.